Okay, in this video, what I'm going to do is show you some of the tokens that come with the game. Let's start off with the map tiles. You will get small map tiles, medium-sized tiles, both in outdoor and road with rooms. This would be a second story map tile, which you will make by inserting these special columns in the provided holes to create second story buildings, two-story buildings. Okay, so you will get that as well, and of course you will get the large map tiles again with outdoor roads, and on the flip side you'll get rooms, more roads, and there's a variety of them. Okay, moving on, I'm going to show you the rest of the tokens here. These are the enemy tokens. These are the enemies with visible weapons on them. On the flip side, you have the information of the enemy. For example, in this case, this is an RPG enemy, an enemy with an RPG with a range of 1, an attack value of 6, and it can attack soldiers in an area. I'll give you another example. Let's see. This is a machine gun enemy, range of 2, an attack value of 7, and it can only attack 1 soldier. These are the civilians. Now, some of these civilians are just regular people, but some are enemies disguised as civilians. So I'll show you, for example, this is an enemy. This is a regular civilian. And there are also, this is a knife, an enemy with a knife. So you have to be careful when you play the missions. You will encounter a lot of civilians and you don't know whether they're good or bad, so you have to keep an eye out for those guys, because they could pop up and, cause you some heavy damage. We have door tokens. You're going to place one of these. We're going to shuffle actually doors and place them face up in each entrance available on the map. And on the flip side, this would mean that the door is an open door. You can easily open it and walk in. This door here would mean that it's locked, so you would have to bust it open or use a shotgun to open it. Okay, and there's one more, which is booby trap door. During the game, you will see that it is very important to investigate the doors before you actually open them, because if you venture into a room without examining what the door has, you might encounter a booby trap, and it's gonna cause a lot of pain to your soldiers. So okay, so these are the door tokens. These here are the sniper tokens. This would be the sniper. You'd see during the gameplay, if we encounter them, how to place and how to use these tokens. Okay, these are the dice. These are 10-sided dice. These would be the attack dice, the white. This is the defense die, and this is the injury die. And again, during the gameplay, you'll see how those are used. We have our condition tokens. When your soldier is down, when you're doing a suppressive attack, when you are pinned, when you're performing an overwatch, or if you're stunned. These are IED tokens, possible IEDs. You get several of each type, the outdoor or street type. On the flip side, you could either find an actual IED or it could be a dud. So whenever you see these on the board, you don't know exactly what it could be. So it's a good idea to stay away from them, or to send your engineer to take a look and see if you can defuse the bomb. Okay, so you'll get that. And these would be for the engineer, C4 and Claymore mines. These are crater tokens, are used whenever an RPG weapon or a rocket is fired at an area and it causes destruction. So you place one of these, and you'll see again, if we get to use them during gameplay, how these work. And these are gun emplacement for the enemies, which you can actually use them as well. So you can have a double machine gun, or you can have just a single machine gun, and you get the stats in the corners here for each one of them. Okay. Okay, so these are the soldier figures, and the support Humvee and the support Black Hawk. You'll get a total of 13 soldiers. There are 13 soldiers in the game. One is the squad leader. And you get 3 teams from 1 to 4. Because remember, I said in the campaign that you can use up to 3 teams during a mission. So this way you can differentiate between the teams. When you send them out, you can send a yellow team, a red team, and an orange team. The Humvee, with its stats, you'll see how it plays out during the mission that we're going to play. And you get both sides, street side and outdoor background. Same with the helicopter. Okay. Oh yeah, and a few more tokens here. These are just the soldier tokens. So you put these on top of the soldier cards to match the soldier that you're using. That way you keep track of who's who. And these are the control tokens, which you will use if you're playing a mission that requires you to control areas. So you would put one of these in each area that you control. You have your squad leader, and then you have your yellow, orange, and red tokens for each one of the teams. These here are the tactic cards, and these are special skills. There are 15 of them, and at the beginning of each mission, your squad leader, you may choose 3 cards for your squad leader, and they range. There's actually 3 types of cards: tactical move cards, defensive tactic cards, and we have offensive tactic cards. You can only have up to 2 of the same type of tactic card. So, for example, you cannot put all, let's say, offensive tactics, all 3 tactics. You'd have to have 2 at least, at the most 2, and then 1 from somewhere else. And you can upgrade these as you play through the campaign, so you can add more tactic cards as you progress with your squad leader. So let me just give you a quick example what these are. Let's say incoming, it's a defensive tactic. This means that it can be played at any time, even during the enemy activation, even during your activation. You can just stop whatever is going on to play this card, and you can check it twice, so you can use it up to 2 times. A card such as these, move out, which is a tactical move, has to be used at the sergeant activation, and it can only be used 1 time. In this one, for example, cover fire during the sergeant's activation, and it can be used twice. So you mark these off, and once it's full, then the card is discarded. And same for these, once it's being used, it's discarded. Not out of the game, but for the day. Okay. And these are the rest of the cards. We have the street cards, which you will pick randomly, and it'll give you the position and the type of enemy that you will place in each area. So you have, if you're encountering low level, then you would refer to this area. If you're encountering medium level, you do this, and same thing for high. Always keeping in mind there's a compass pointing north, that this card is always pointing north or matches the north on the zone map in the campaign board. Okay. Let's do the room cards next. You get, depending on the level that you're encountering, red level, yellow level, orange level, and each one of these cards again will show you what you need to place and the way that you need to place it according to the entrance. For example, if you're coming in from the right, then you would flip it this way, and you would place the minis according, or the enemy tokens according to this position. Okay. And then there are rooms with special information, like you can gain document intels and other things. So yeah. And this is the AI deck for the enemies. You notice when I was showing you the tokens that they had colors on them. That's because the AI is color coded. This would be your reinforcement. Depending on the number of teams that you're playing, you would look for the red marking to see if the enemies will get reinforcement. And you work your way from top to bottom. So this would be like movement, attack, and then after movement. So you go, let's say the blue activate first, and then the purples, and then the whites, and so on and so forth. And each card is different. So this is it's a very interesting way to randomize, the activation of the enemies, which is great. So this is one of my favorite part of the games, to be able to, because the whole game I try to make it so that it would be random. As you can see from the campaign board, you're never going to play the same game twice. When you set up the campaign, you have so many tactical decisions to make, like with the type of squad members that you're going to have for each squad, the type of commander that you're going to have, whether he's going to be able to provide you with support, and things like that. So this also, I wanted to make sure that this would be very random, so you never know how the enemy is going to react to you, and you'll see how it plays once we do the run through again. Okay, so the last card I guess I can show you here. It's basically just the soldier actions. Let me see if my camera can focus properly. Each soldier may perform 2 actions during his turn. The move actions are advance, run, which would require both actions, and sneak, which is actually half your advance attribute rounded up. So for example, squad leader has a movement of 5, an advanced movement of 5, so a sneak action would be three spaces for him. So you can do attack actions. You can do an attack. You can only do 1 attack per activation. You can do a suppressive attack, which requires both actions, and I'll show you how that works. Melee attack, of course, and you have your special actions such as interrogate, which requires both actions. A look action, an investigate action, reload, overwatch, attend injury, or heal. I didn't want to use heal because it sounds too Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing. So attend injury, and diffuse or place explosives, which would be for the engineer. And yeah, those are the actions that you can perform. As of now, I don't know if maybe I'll introduce more actions. I have to see as we play through. So, okay. So that would be it for the cards, the components, the items that are in the game. Before my camera rudely cut me off, I was saying that those are the components of the game. Sorry for the shakiness. Those are the components. Those are all the cards. That's everything to show you. as far as what comes with the game. And I'm gonna be setting up then the board to start playing a game, so you get a feel for it. Okay, all right then. Okay, well, I guess we'll see you in the next video.